see. All right. I'm going to do a speaker view here so you can see me. Can you guys all hear me and see me? Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Well, welcome to our class, Supporting Moods and Emotions Naturally. Boy, that's a question that I would get all the time. How can I do something natural to support my moods and my emotions? Just to begin with, I am the facilitator today for today's class. My name is Heidi Magleby Olson, and I have a master's in mental health counseling and served in that capacity for about 13 years. Everything from domestic violence to working in a school as a school psychologist to just therapy. So that's a little bit of my background there. I'm a certified holistic health coach, and I also have my master's in medical qigong, which encompasses Chinese medicine. So that has given me kind of a well-rounded education to be able to talk. I'm educated about supporting moods and emotions naturally in the clinical setting, but also in a very personal setting for you and your family. So today, the goal is to give you 7 tools to thrive. And it was really tough for me to whittle down from like a toolbox of things that I use all the time to just a few things that we could talk about in, within a 60-minute time period. And so here's our lineup today. We're going to go through these different 7 mental health toolbox pieces that you can take. And please feel free to share them with your family and your friends. So I found this quote, and have been using this in my classes for probably 12 years. But in 1903, Thomas Edison was concerned about the healthcare system of his time. And this is a direct quote from him. And I thought it was very interesting to start our class today. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients or her patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. I love that. I love our modern medicine model. It helped my mom get a hip replacement this week and another family get a knee surgery and all different kinds of things. When you need that, you need it. And we have an extra component that can support our bodies with natural medicine. So that's what we're going to talk about with our emotions. So I get asked a lot, what am I to do about stress and anxiety, anxious feelings, sad feelings, those kinds of things? Well, transforming stress from overwhelm to empowerment is what we're going to talk about today. And actually, the World Health Organization recognizes stress as a major issue in the 21st century. And if you don't believe it, just enter the school system and go sit in a classroom, and you'll see it's a major, major issue. So there's short-term stress, and short-term stress is natural and it can be actually helpful. But long-term stress over time is what can lead to significant health challenges. So the two types of stress that we're going to talk about are eustress and distress. So eustress is infrequent, it's helpful, it kind of motivates us and pushes us into being productive. It can be positive, like exercise or your marriage or moving from one house to another. Those are types of eustress. But distress occurrences can vary, they can be very destructive, negative, demotivating, like examples are death of a loved one, lack of support, or financial issues. And those are the things over time that really contribute to our downfall. So, negative effects of stress, poor sleep, lack of focus, you just can't pay attention for very long. Your mind's blipping back and forth like a ping pong ball, poor eating habits, lack of energy, and maybe irritable behaviors. These are just kind of some of the things that are, negative effects of stress. But I want to tell you that our nervous system is built to always be scanning for safety. It's always looking for this a safe pocket it can hop into. Any type of stress at all activates your nervous system. And you know about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight, where our adrenals are running like at 1,000 RPMs all day long. These are the types of things that we're going to talk about to bring down into a place that is manageable today. So, one of the things I wanted to educate you on before we begin is the use of your senses: touch, breath, smell, taste, hearing, seeing, those things. And the fastest way, you guys, to signal to the brain that you're safe is through touch, breath, and smell. Those are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. But any of your senses can help you down tempo your body, down tempo your emotions, and give you a calming effect. So just remember this when you're educating your family or someone else, that your nervous system is always scanning for safety. And this is a very powerful way that our Maker infused our body with tools to calm us down. So you might ask, well, why smell? I mean, we smell broccoli, we smell a roast cooking on Sunday. Okay, how does this relate to supporting moods? Let me educate you for a moment. So when you smell some broccoli, so to speak, the little broccoli molecules waft off of broccoli and they they enter the body right through your nose hole, your nostril, and they waft up into your nasal cavity. And right here sits the olfactory system, olfactory tract, the bulb, the olfactory nerves. And see these nerves that come down here into your sinus cavity here. That's where the molecules attach, and the little nerve endings take them up into the olfactory bulb. And the olfactory bulb recognizes the molecules. Oh, that's a broccoli molecule. So you smell broccoli. And so what happens is this wonderful olfactory system carries those signals back into the limbic system, the amygdala, into the brain, where it can actually start a calming effect in our bodies just with these molecules. And so if you're multitasking, come back to me because this is super important. Did you know that modern science has uncovered something extraordinary? And that is our organs, our liver, our kidneys, our heart, our lungs, they all have olfactory cells built inside of our organs. So what modern medicine is understanding is the things that we smell, our organs are definitely affected by what we smell and the things that we take into that olfactory system. And if you don't believe me, think about this when you go to the dentist. What does he do when you want a calming effect at the dentist? He puts gas over your nose. My brother happens to be a dentist, and I always say, give me the gas because this causes me anxiety. And immediately I'm smelling, and then it goes into my system, my blood, it affects my organs, and it calms me completely down. So we can use this system as a positive reinforcement for supporting our moods and our emotions naturally. So remember that. So let's get practical about some things that you can do. Morning sun and quiet, midday timeouts for even 5 minutes of deep breathing around any time, morning time, lunchtime, dinner time. Also winding down, blocking blue light at night, and maybe diffusing in a diffuser some really great smells. And we're going to talk about those. Another piece of education I want to give you before we begin is the wellness pyramid. This wellness pyramid, is something that I use all the time, educating folks on how to take care of your body and your emotions. And it starts right down here with nutrition and digestion. Did you know that your gut health, the bacteria that is in the gut, literally is called your second brain? And there's a reason for that because that microbiome that's there, 2 or 3 or 4 pounds of it that rest in your gut, is responsible for so many things like emotional regulation, all different types of things, not just digestion. So that's a super important one that I'm going to educate you on in a bit. And then the next thing is movement and metabolism. And then, of course, resting and managing stress, reducing your toxic overload, and then informed self care, what we're doing today, and then proactive medical care. So, this is super important. These first four are lumped into a lifestyle habits that we need to pay attention to. And then this is where your healthcare is natural medicine, along with our wonderful doctors and things that modern medicine that we have. So let's talk about our digestive tract for a second. It's very important for you to have a digestive enzyme that will start to help break down your food. And as we get older, our gut health becomes less effective because it's just aging. And so this is really important to take care of using a product called Terrazyme. doTERRA's Terrazyme supports healthy digestion and metabolism. It supports the conversion of food nutrients to cellular energy. All these different wonderful things this awesome product does. It's a proprietary blend of 10 active whole food enzymes. And it contains the Tummy Tamer blend, peppermint, ginger, caraway seeds. It's just a really great way to support your digestive system, which also supports your mood. And if you add some probiotics to that, PB Restore Probiome Complex, this is another way that you can infuse that system with the necessary microbiome that you need, billions of live cells, strains, all these different probiotics, prebiotics into your system that can also help support that system, your digestive system and your emotional system. So this is a must. These two products, I take 2 of these in the morning before I start eating, and then I'll take 1 of these like in the afternoon. And it's just a great way to support those. The next thing I'd like to talk to you about are vitamins, minerals, and greens, VMG. And this product is a whole food nutrient complex. It's advanced, it's powdered. You only actually have to take 1 packet a day. And it's foundational. It's to optimize foundational wellness, and it tastes amazing. So amazing. It's high quality ingredients and it includes whole foods, vitamins and minerals, fruits and vegetables, digestive enzymes, probiotics that also has that built in, certified pure tested grade essential oils. And then if you combine it with the E omega, which most people know what omega is, healthy fats. This is a premium blend of omega fatty acids, and it's derived from wild caught fish off the coast of Norway. It's clean, pure, and traceable fish oil. It also has a wonderful combination of wild orange essential oil in it. And because of the limonene content in the essential oil, this is a perfect combination for vitamins, minerals, and greens combined with your E omegas. It's a real foundation of health that can really, really boost our not only our physical health, but our mental health. All right, we're moving on to tool number 2, which is one of my favorites. I actually used this just this morning. Adaptive to the rescue. Adaptive system is what I like to call this. And I can't tell you how many parents reached out to me when they had, get a little emotional thinking about it, but when they had children that were really struggling with all types of mental health issues. anything from ADHD to autism to all different kinds of things, and just said, my doctor wants to put my child on medicine, but I just don't know if I feel great about that. Do you have anything more natural? And I would always reach for the adaptive system. It comes with 3 products that we're going to talk about, but it's very calming, and it's to be used internally, topically, and aromatically, all 3 ways, using those 3 senses that we talked about to help with stress management. So it's an essential oil blend, but then also the capsules here, that's a combination of essential oils and herbs to promote nervous system regulation. So let's dive into this just a little bit more. I want to introduce each one of these. So this wonderful oil, the essential oil adaptive it's called the Calming Blend, and it has lavender, copaiba, rosemary, magnolia, and neroli. And it also has wild orange and spearmint to kind of combine with those others to just kind of give you an uplifting feeling. But really, whether you're feeling fatigued or restless or irritable or a little bit of those anxious thoughts and feelings in your stomach, this really is a priceless blend to put into your self-care box. And I will put this on my feet. I diffuse it. I smell it. I put it on my neck. All different kinds of ways that you can think of to actually get this in that olfactory system. And then this is the adaptive touch. Now, what touch means right here is that it's in a roll-on bottle, and the touch means that it's got some fractionated coconut oil added to it so that it's very good to use topically on the body, anywhere on the body. Temples, I put it here on my thyroid area, on the back of my neck. I also put it on my wrists and my elbow creases, even on my ankles. I'll put the adaptive touch on my ankles. So these 2 can really be used topically and aromatically. It kind of smells like a floral tree herb mix. It's unique combination of calming and uplifting aromas, perfect to use in overwhelming or stressful situations. So that's the 2 oils. And now I want to just talk to you about the adaptive capsules real quick. These capsules are magical. I've got a son-in-law that regularly experiences high stress levels and a lot of distress inside of his body. And he takes these capsules regularly whenever he feels those feelings. It just is a calming blend, something that you can take internally. And I want to give you a little bit more information on these capsules. They contain GABA, and GABA is essentially brakes for the brain. It stops you from going into those fight or flight fits or feeling high anxious feelings. And then it also contains ahi flower, which is omega-3s for the brain, and then a lot of selenium, which makes better use of your serotonin, your good feeling hormones. So this overall is just a really great tool to have in your toolbox for supporting your moods and emotions naturally. Okay, number 3. If you have not been introduced to doTERRA's emotional aromatherapy system, well, thank heaven you're getting introduced to it right now. I use this on a regular basis. It contains 6 different oils in this little kit. One is Console, the comforting blend. One is Forgive, the renewing blend. The next one is Peace, the reassuring blend. Passion is the inspiring blend. Cheer is the uplifting blend. And Motivate is the encouraging blend. And I want to show you how I use this. I even used this with 5-year-olds that were having complete and utter meltdowns in the classroom. Here is our emotional balance wheel. Okay. And what I did is I would have the kids, even kids that couldn't read, I would have emotions um, illustrated in a picture, like a sad face or a happy face or whatever, and they'd tell me how they felt. So you can go around this wheel, and there's a bunch of different emotions: grieving, hurt, worried, fearful, anxious, insecure, somber, bored, bitter, angry. I mean, it just kind of goes through a bunch of different emotions. And so you can go through this wheel and find one for your current state of mind. So let's just say we're distressed today, right here. Well, if you're distressed, you're going to want to use citrus oils. Okay. And the two citrus oils would be cheer or motivate. So motivate is the encouraging blend, cheer is the uplifting blend. So this is how you would use this little wheel. And I actually would carry in my paperwork this slide right here with the wheel with me and some oils with me when I would work with children and as well domestic violence survivors. And they would just tell me how they felt, and we would use the oil that most likely fit with the thing that would help them with what they were feeling that day. Does anyone have any questions how this wheel would work? If you do, unmute yourself and you're free to ask the questions. So that is a definite um, tool that you can use. So real quick, motivate. I was hoping, okay, I just wanted to maybe have you glance at some of the oils that are in this: peppermint, wild orange, lemon. Motivate, encouraging blend, the cheer blend. This actually smells to me like sunshine would smell. I don't know, or a party or something, a cupcake that is just so delectable. This is one of my favorite smells of all time. I love it. It's got some Madagascar vanilla in it. It's just a delightful smell. And then passion is wood, floral, and citrus oils, and tonka bean with a little bit of vanilla absolute. This is kind of a sweet aroma. And then forgive, you can just kind of tell by what they've named the blends what you would use it for. So that is pretty much your first clue. But forgive is more black spruce, bergamot, juniper berry. It's your grounding blend. Some of those, myrrh, for a refreshing woody and herbish smell. So that's a wonderful smell for that. I regularly use Console. I've actually given this as gifts to people who have lost someone. Um, a really good friend of mine lost her son a couple years back, and I just took her a brand new bottle of Console, and she just so appreciated this one. So this is used for grieving, for sadness, situational things that crop up that are deeply disorienting and painful. This is what you'd want to use Console for. Lavender, Lang Lang in this one. It's just a delightful smell. And the last one in this emotional therapy kit is Peace, the reassuring blend. Um, I actually will take this to church with me. Just whenever I really want that added infusion of peace and peaceful thoughts, becoming peace, helps me slow down, take a breath, get reconnected. It's a wonderful blend for that. So again, here's a closer up picture of the wheel that I use. And like I say, that's not every single emotion that you'd be feeling, but you can kind of zero in on a category of something that you would be feeling in that moment. So this is a great tool to have. All right. And I just wanted to share with you real quick. This is my actual bag that's sitting right here by my desk, and I keep it in my purse all the time. I'm never without these oils. That's how strongly I feel about this as a tool to keep in my bag all the time. If I'm going to a ball game, if I'm going to the store, I don't care where I go. I always have these 6 oils with me all the time in this little blue bag. All right, number 4, bringing nature inside with this Shinrin Yoku. And Shinrin Yoku actually is a Japanese word that means forest bathing. And I don't know if you've ever heard the term forest bathing, but it's people literally go outside in the forest, and it's you surround yourself with nature and trees and goodness, and you just walk and feel the nature, and it really is calming on the central nervous system. I know our maker gave us the tools to cope with this life that we live in and this world that we live in. It's infused with our senses. We are able to use these to calm down and self soothe. So, this is a very unique blend of essential oils, and they're very high in what's called terpenes. It's their chemical makeup, terpenes, which is calming and centering. That's what this blend is designed to do. So it contains, like I said, terpenes, phytocydes associated with the positive effects of a walk in nature. So you literally can bring nature right into your living space with this oil. It's got some of the most amazing tree oils in this blend. And I did want to quote you something that the scientists that were doing um, studies on Shinrin Yoku a couple years ago, and they delivered these to us so that we could actually quote these. But look at these. They studied, I think it was 100 people, and after one night of diffusion, average cortisol levels were significantly lower than average baseline. Average 3 nights of diffusion, that means they're diffusing the Shinrin Yoku blend while they're sleeping. The average cortisol levels were significantly lower than the average baseline. Several participants showed positive changes in biomarkers related to a healthy inflammatory response. I thought that was interesting. And several participants showed increased natural killer cell counts and function. Overall blood pressure readings in the morning following diffusion of Shinrin Yoku were decreased compared to the control group. And then one of the doctors that was taking part in this study, actually released his actual numbers, which I thought was so fascinating. But this is actually what happened to him personally. His systolic blood pressure fell 30 points. His diastolic blood pressure fell 24 points. Pulse dropped 10 points. Morning cortisol levels fell from 23.9 down to 14.5. That's a 40% drop in cortisol. That's your stress hormone. Lymphocyte count increased from 2870 up to 3347. That's a 15% increase in lymphocytes. And the natural killer cell count increased from 253 up to 402, which was a 59% increase. You guys, what does this tell us? They were just diffusing this oil. That's all. What does this tell us about how our bodies are equipped to help us, our emotions, and to regulate those emotions? So I put this right here, this link for you. If you'd like this presentation, I can email it to you if you want to, and I'll give you my contact information at the end. But this is a Shinrin Yoku ebook that, okay, why isn't it popping up? Hold on, let me stop my share and grab the ebook real quick. I'm going to mess everything up. This is not going to be good. I'm not the best with, oh, here we go. Can you guys see that? Okay, it's right there. I don't know why it didn't pop up. That's so crazy. But this little ebook, it's several pages long, and it will give you all of the information on forest bathing and why this is a great book for you to use. So that's a resource for you. Let me come back to here. You know what? This worked perfectly when I was looking at it earlier. Of course, that's how it always goes. Okay. And then how to use nature's wellness. you're probably familiar with this, but just in case, topically means rubbing it topically, so touch on the skin, rubbing it anywhere the problem areas might be. Internally is taking it through in your mouth and having it go down and be infused into your digestive tract and into those organs that have and contain the olfactory cells in them. And then diffusing with a diffuser like this. And directions can be dropping 3 to 4 drops of an oil of your choice and some water in a diffuser. And using that, it will diffuse for like 8 hours or however long you want to. Topical use, it's usually applying 1 to 2 drops desired on the area of concern. And then you can also use some fractionated coconut oil too to help with absorption into the skin. All right, number 5 is movement. I won't flip back to, let's see if it will come back up. Yep, here we go. Okay, here's a video link for you that I did a few years ago. This has to do with Chinese medicine. And I love the concepts of what Chinese medicine teaches because have any of you heard of acupuncture or acupressure or foot zoning? Basically, there's pressure points on your body everywhere. There's meridians running all through your body that help synergize the body's systems. And so this is a 10 or 11-minute exercise that you can do in the morning. And let's see, let me just play some of it. Maybe it won't play. Nothing's working today, you guys. Anyway, this is a resource that you can use every morning when you wake up. Like I hit the bathroom, then I come back and I do my scattering qi. It's called qi is energy in Chinese medicine. And it's tapping different parts of the body to synergize all the organs from head to toe in about 10 minutes. And I love to pick an oil that I want to use and I'll breathe the oil in. I'll apply the oil like on my behind my ears, on my feet, across my chest, and I use this scattering the chi to wake up your body. When I was a school psychologist, this was an amazing tool to help kids calm their bodies down. I could have kids in full blown meltdown mode and they would calm down in just a few minutes just with me doing this what I'm doing on the video. I actually recorded this video for my behavior team so that they could use it in the classrooms. So great tool that you can use for that. And I highly recommend it. All right. The 6th tool I want to give you is meditation. And Becoming Peace Meditation, Becoming Peace Institute is a YouTube channel that I released last January. And every single day, you guys, I have released a meditation every day since January 1st of this year. So by the time the year ends, there will be 366 meditations, faith-based meditations. Sometimes I give you oil recommendations. Sometimes I just do the meditation. But this link is right here, or you can search this on YouTube, Becoming Peace Institute, and type my name in, and this will pop up. So meditation is an amazing tool to calm your body. So I want to tell you really quick about something that happened to me last night. I was taking a couple of my grandsons to a play that my niece was in. And I was riding up to the play and I asked this little boy, little Quade, I said, "So Quade, what do you love to do?" And he said, "You know what I love to do? I love to meditate." And you could have blown me over with a feather, like a 10-year-old telling me he likes to meditate. And I was so curious. I said, "So tell me about this." "What? Tell me about meditation." And he said, "Oh, yeah. I asked him, how do you do it? Like he has no idea I do this channel, you know? And he said, well, I just close my eyes and then I just kind of like breathe deeply and it really makes me relax." And he says, and then sometimes I can actually tell what's going to happen tomorrow. I said, "Oh, you mean that you kind of are affirming what's going to happen tomorrow?" And he goes, "Yeah, I just kind of plan on what's going to happen tomorrow." And here's this little kid, 10 years old, in the back seat of my car telling me all the benefits that he's receiving from meditation. And I just love this. I don't know where he picked it up. I didn't ask him, but someone has talked to this kid about meditation. And do you know what was so cool? Is learning that just a quiet 5 minutes to yourself, a little 10-year-old knows that already. So I asked him, I said, do you use the essential oils with it? And he goes, yeah. Oh, yeah, sometimes, especially when I go to sleep at night. But he said, when I go to Lagoon, that's a amusement park here in Utah, he said, I have to come home and I have to meditate with oils. Because he said, it's just so busy and so crazy at Lagoon. I have to come home and calm myself down that way. And I just love that. So the power that you have to teach other people that you love, children, sisters, brothers, parents, whatever. This is key to a very key component in calming the body down. And then I do have this little gift for you, 100 diffuser blend ideas ebook. This is 100 diffuser blend recipes that you can use to calm your body down with a diffuser. So I hope that you'll email me and I can send you the links to this presentation today. So we're going to wrap up. Prioritize 5 minutes in your day. When you get up, prioritize those 5 minutes because it's going to be an anchor throughout your day. Prioritize it with meditation or scattering chi, using oils, you know, infusing your body with some electrolytes and some water. Just make it a priority that you're consciously thinking all throughout the day how you can prioritize, and it doesn't take long. It breaks up the stress responses in your day and it provides increased emotional wellness when you prioritize 5 minutes and do those 5 minutes a few times a day because 5 minutes is only 5 minutes. I actually like to call them 5 minute vacations is what I love to call them. And then I just to close, I just wanted to make you aware of a supporting moods and emotions naturally. Let's talk about mental health. We are going to have a class going from January 1st to March 31st, once a week. I'm only going to put about 8 people in a class over Zoom. And I'll do as many rounds as I need to. So there might be 3 or 4 classes going on simultaneously. But the class duration is 90 days with confidential weekly live group Zooms. And the class is limited to like 8 to 10 participants on a first come, first serve basis. And here are some of the details of that. I won't go over all of them, but if you know someone that's struggling with mental health or anxiousness or sadness or whatever, pinballing minds, you know, anything that they could use some support with understanding. We're going to into a very deep dive of supporting moods and emotions naturally in this kind of intensive 90-day experience. And if you can't be on the live Zooms, that's fine, but the recordings will be available. So that's a resource that I have that you can take. And here's my contact information. If you would like the slides to this presentation or just have general questions about the 90-day program or anything that pertains to, mental health or mental wellness and emotional wellness, please reach out to me. Give me a call, give me an email. I would love to hear from you. And I just appreciate you watching this presentation and being here present so that you could learn the necessary tools that you might need or a loved one might need to help with your mental and emotional wellness. So, does anyone have any questions that you want on the recording? If not, I'm going to stop and we can chat for a minute. So, thanks for joining us.